Hi guys, my name is Barry and welcome back to another very exciting tutorial. Well, actually it's not a tutorial, but I'm really excited to show you a tool that Armen Mailyan and I were working on, which is called ContactSheetPro. And this tool is actually created based on the tool called autoContactSheet by Ben McEwan, which is really cool. You see, if I executed this, and it's gonna be automatically to create some sort of text node, and out of those text node will be, you know, some code inside of the message, based on the tool. So now the text node can read the name of the footage and show it into the viewer. And now we can, you know, adjust the resolution of the whole image, and also can show the text or not, and we can change the text background and text size, which is really cool. But for some reason this format is different from the other project or the other footage, so the you know, the text scale is different. So we you know, inspired by him, we created our own node called ContactSheetPro. But I still want to say thank you to Ben McEwan.
Yeah, so what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever?
Your autoContactSheet is really amazing, and he got some tutorials for here, and I've watched the website of him. It's really amazing. So I highly recommend you, if you are a compositor, which is really interesting, sorry, my English is not very well, really interested in some code or some you know, programming, things like that, or groups and gizmos, something like this. I highly recommend you to you know, visit the website of Ben McEwan. It's really amazing. So what is ContactSheetPro? You know, by default this is autoContactSheet, and all of those code was created by Ben McEwan. Yeah. So with this code we can, you know, automatically to change the format or the, you know, the rows, the columns, and the resolutions of the whole comp, and it can align all of those footages by the, I don't know how to say, by the row or by the columns, I don't know. But it's really cool. If we get a contact sheet, you guys always use the contact sheet now, right? If we use the contact sheet and select them and hit Y, it can connect it out automatically. It's perfect. But if we take a look at it, it's gonna be one line for four footages. It sucks, right? So I think this is really cool. But what's more, you see, ContactSheet, it doesn't have the settings tab, but we have. So what exactly it is? The setting tab. Voila. Actually, there's a lot of you know, parameters we set up for this node to improve the ability of the contact sheet based on this function. So what is the new features for this ContactSheetPro? It's a little bit bigger, you know, bigger panel, but it's not super complex. Let me show you. So first of all, we need to this is not necessary, but we better get this thing out. And now we select these four footages, and, you know, please select read nodes and press generate. So we select the read nodes and we hit generate, and voila. Let's see what we got. We got a lot of nodes like reformat and expressions and crop, edge detect, something like this, and automatically connected to each other for each one of these the read nodes we've selected. And now they are all connected to this ContactSheet Pro node, and if we take a look at it, and now we don't have the issue for the text, because we added a reformat node for each one of the read nodes we've imported. So now we have all the same format for every one of those read nodes, and now we can reset this format. Let's say 1920 by 1080 is the basic, so let's say 1920 by 1920, and now this aspect ratio will automatically changed by the reformat size we set up, because this is a really simple expression. Just a ContactSheet Pro .reformat size W divided by the H, which means the width and the height. So now we can get the aspect ratio H, which is 1. So now we got 4 square of the image, and now we have the text for the name of the top node, which is the read nodes, our footages. So now we can get some make some change for this. Let's say we have parameters called begin and end, and there's a button called update. And if we floating on this button, you will see the nodes we've put into this node. And let me show you how this works. This parameter can get you a specific part of the name, and we just need to count the number of the position for this specific format for this name. And you need to notice that the name of the footage, it has to be the format specifically like this, and something underscore something underscore something, like the scene, the project name, the the artist name, the version, and dot. Remember, this is not the underscore, this is dot. Dot the frame, dot the format, or the name of the format. It's the same. Okay, so this function is specifically for the name format like this. If you don't have something like this, it's not gonna work. Like this one. This one is underscore, so this is not gonna working. Okay, so how does it work? Let's see. This is 1, and this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is the end of the name, and this is the current frame, and this is the extension. So if I check this out and this out, and you will see the frame is controlled by this function, and the extension is controlled by this function. So this tool is controlling the frame, the current frame, and the extension for the whole name. Okay, so now let's disable this, and let's check with begin and end. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4 for the begin. And for the end, this is -1, -2, -3, -4. Oh god, English is super hard to me. Okay, so if I just want this 070 to 0010, what should I say? What should I write? But this is 1, this is 2, so I just write 2, maybe 1, and this is -1, -2, so this is -1, and update. Oh, voila. We get anything we want from the name of the project, the name of the footage. So now let's test it again. This is a little bit short, right? And now this is a little bit longer. So let's say I want project underscore and distorted. So this is 1, this is 2. I press 2, and this is -1. This is -2. So -1, and project and distorted. And voila, we get anything we want from the name, but those name was disappeared, right? So I wanna tell you that this function is specifically for this kind of footage name, but it doesn't need to be exactly the same. Like this is 3 of the name, 3 numbers of the name, and this is 3, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 4, and this 1, 2, 3, but this is also 4. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same numbers of the underscore or the name, but it has to be the specifically format for the name. Am I understood? I guess so. Okay, so we have to get this specifically kind of name, but if you want to do some layout for a scene, for one scene of a series of shot, and there's the name of the footage should be exactly the same. Let's say there's 2 underscore and 3 names for this, and the other layout and the other shot should be exactly the same format for this. So this is gonna be exactly the same numbers, the same positions for your name, and for whatever you want the name. Okay, so this is the begin and end, and current frame and show extension. It's really amazing. You see, this is now the same because the format of the name is different. This is 3 of the frame, and this has 4. Okay, so now we check with the file name, and also we have the text scale. But now if we change the text scale, you see nothing different from the text scale, right? Yeah, because it will affect this name only if this value is bigger than 0.5. Why is that? Because we have another function called metadata. Okay, we have metadata, and once we push this button, generate, it will automatically to load all the information, all the metadata of 4 image or 4 input to this list, to this pull down. And now we have all the information we want. If we want let's say EXR version, and push add, and you see all the information will put onto the alpha channel, but not RGB. So now let's see, we can see the name of the project, name of the footage to this RGB viewer. But for alpha channel, we have the information, the metadata we want, and also we can remove it, we can add it, we can add all, we can clear. And when we add all the information to this, and you see the problem, the text is super big, and it's also, you know, also not so convenient to see all the information. We cut out something we don't want to lose. So how to solve this problem? Let's say we can solve this with the text scale. And now if we shrink down the text scale, and this will be super small, and if we got this title, the name of the footage is also gonna be super small, and all of those things will be exactly the same look, and you will not be able to tell what is the name of the project, the name of the file, and what is the information of the footage. So the text scale is always influencing the metadata, but once this value is lower than 0.5, and the title scale is not gonna change anymore, but it's still gonna influence the metadata. So that's a really cool feature, I think, and this is inspired by Armen Mailyan, which is really awesome compositor and also a great lead. Okay, so now we have the metadata, and also I can remove a metadata I want without leaving an empty line. So let me show you. For example, I want to remove this. It's EXR line order. So let's find EXR line order. This is it, right? And now we choose this and remove. Watch this. Remove. And this has been removed, and all of the information will automatically to line up the empty space. So now we have a really handy scene for the information we want. And also, because we have loaded all the information, all the metadata to this list, so if you have different footage from different scenes, there should be something, let's say this has the format, and this footage doesn't have the format. So if the footage doesn't have the information we want, and it's showed none. So this is, avoid some mistakes for the information we want. All right, so we have some other functions for, let's say, the border. The border is really cool, which is created by Armen Mailyan. And we have enable border. Just enable the border. And we have border color. We can change the border color, and by default it's green, and we can change it to red, or it's a little bit aggressive, right? So I change it to green or blue or cyan. It's pretty handy. And also we can change the border thickness and the border opacity. It's really handy for you to change. Sorry, my Siri. To change the border looks. And we have a special border for this. Let's say if we wanna highlight this thing, and we can disable this grade, and you will see another color for a specific shot. Maybe, I don't know, for your boss, your lead, your supervisor, or some people like that. You need to let them to check with some new features, new changes, or something, or you wanna, I don't know, warning your boss. Just kidding. So use this. You can highlight some specific shot to the people you want to show it. This is a special footage. I'm so special. Okay, so the last thing is align. I think this is pretty simple. Just align, and it can be automatically linked to the align of the justify for both of the text node, right? The text node. So if I change the align of the text, and you will see this will be automatically changed. So now we can change the title to the center, to the right, or even to the top, to the center, to the bottom, and it's pretty handy. But we also have a problem here, and I don't know how to solve it, because you don't want to change this align y-axis to center when you have the metadata, because this is gonna be I don't know, it's gonna be messed up. So this center, I think the center of the y-axis is only if you wanna change the title name to the center of the whole image, and this is the only way to use it properly. I think just I think. Yeah, so this is the tool we've improved based on the tool Ben McEwan created. So here I want to super thanks for the my lead at Pixelmodel, Armen Mailyan. Is really great compositor. And also we have the padding. Oh, I almost forgot. I changed it to the left bottom, and we can change the padding of the title, the name, and this is based on the percentage. So if we change it to 50% of X and 50% of Y, and now we have the aspect ratio for 1, and now this area should be a square, which is 50% of the height and 50% of the width. So if we change it to 1080, and you will see this is gonna be half resolution of 1920 of by 1080, because this is the 50% of X and Y. Okay, so this is the ContactSheet Pro, and we will connect it with Ben McEwan and check with him or she. I don't really know if he or she, but we will check with, let's say, him. And if you like this tool, we will upload the tool to Nukepedia in the future, maybe. So leave your comments below, and let me know what you guys are thinking about this tool. Also, I apologize for my English. And if you think this is actually pretty good, don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.